Hi guys, so this is a quick demonstration of version 4.5 of BreeCS, which now supports the standard USB desktop reader from Paxton, the 514-326, but also still supports the OEM version, the 214-326. So if we add a user within BreeCS using the OEM version of the reader, we literally present the token to that reader and it just spits out a line of text, at which point we would save the record and that token is now associated with that user. But if we leave the box blank and we click add card, it will now connect to the standard reader, that's 514-326, present the card or token, it will beep, and then it will then pre-fill the box for us with the same number. In addition to that, the OEM version only outputs the clock and data ID number of a card, whereas the standard version is also capable of outputting a Wiegand number. And so some cards can have dual numbers inside of them, and that's been brought to light recently where a customer was trying to use the HID module within an IEVA reader head, and it was outputting a different number to that of what was scanned on the OEM version. Now there still may be some cards that present different numbers, because obviously it depends on what type of card that you've got, technology in the card, etc. But as an example, I have an Oyster card, which I believe is MyFair 1K possibly, I'm not too sure, but I know it's MyFair. So if we empty that box and I present the card to the OEM version, you can see we've got this number 8956, so on and so forth. But if we present that card to the standard desktop reader, we get a different number. We get 654, and that is a number that will actually be read via the IEVA HID module. So scanning on the standard reader will give you a better chance of those numbers matching, and obviously access being granted when you enroll a user and then present said card to reader. In addition to adding a user, we can also edit a user and obviously add that card or a card to that profile. But we can also search for a user using the OEM desktop reader as before, or scan a card using the standard one. So down the bottom in the token number box, as before with the OEM version, we just present that to the reader and then it will basically pre-fill the box with that number excuse me, and then in return basically click the search button in the background. In this example, there is no user information found with that user. If I was to present a token that is valid in the respect that it exists within the system and is assigned to a user, then obviously it will bring up the update user dialog box for me to make any desired changes. There is now a button next to that search box called Scan, and basically clicking the Scan button will invoke the connection to the standard desktop reader, and obviously this will only work if you've got the standard desktop reader plugged in. In addition, the standard desktop reader uses what's called a subscriber service, meaning multiple connections can occur, but I've blocked that from happening just so if Net2 is open, and you'll get an error message just saying you need to close Net2 for this to work. It's just we don't want two pieces of software trying to add, edit and manipulate a user account at the same time. Are both trying to sort of fight with one another to bring themselves to the forefront of the screen. So if Net2 is open, you'll just get a message saying please close Net2. Once that is closed, it will work as intended as shown in this video. So clicking Scan again, it will ask me to present the token or card to the reader. I'll do one that does exist, and again that will then bring up the update user dialog box for that user. If the user doesn't exist, you'll just get a message saying user doesn't exist in respect of the card you just scanned. Now if we're going to edit a user, so if we're for example retrofitting proximity cards, or we're installing a HID module into an existing IEVA reader for example, and we want to fit and add token numbers to existing users, we can do that as well. just by finding the user that you want to assign a token to, double clicking to edit that user, and the same as before. So in the card number box, I can basically, if I know the card number off the top of my head, I can just type a number in, click add card, and it will get it assigned to that user. If I click inside the box and present the card or a card to the OEM version, again it will just spit out a line of text, and I can just click add card to add that card to that user. But if I leave the box blank and then click add card, again it will invoke the standard desktop reader where I can present the card, it will beep, and not only will it add it, fill the text box with that number, it will auto add to the user's credentials straight away without having to do anything else. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Cheers, bye bye.